My name is Wabu, EC43 from 2016 batch.
I am Nashibai, EC 2016 batch.
The topic we have to do presentation is why SASA access cost. These are the
Like
outline we
that,
will discuss.
why sensor as cost, definition of sensor, relationship between sensor and electronic circuits.
Importance of SASA in electronic devices. Uses of SASA in many varieties of fees, benefits of SASAs. The first outline was why
is
why
why
SASA
sensor
as
as
a cost.
The world is changing and advanced year by year. So now we are living in a world of sensor. We can find many different kinds of sensor in many places. Sensor can make our lives more easier by automation tasks, for example, by turning on light, by detecting our presence,
By adjusting our room temperature,
detecting smoke or fire,
by making coffee for us,
by opening the door as soon as we are near the door.
home control system, and many other tasks.
All these automation tasks are possible because of sensor.
Since we are EC student in our major subject, sensors play an important role. Sensors are present in electronic devices. Almost every electronic devices contains sensor. So they are related to each other. If there is no sensor, there will be no great electronic devices. So we must learn sensor as a course. Next one is definition of sensor. A sensor is a device that detects and responds to some type of input from physical environment. The specific type of input include pressure, heat, strain, stress, and so on. The output is a signal that human cannot understand or read. Um, all sensors are transducers. Transducers convert one form of energy to another. And all living organisms contain biological sensors whose functions are similar to that of sensor. We all have eyes, nose, a skin that detect and send signal to our brain, so we know we can see, we can touch, we can feel, we can smell. So our sensors, so they have function.
The next outline is relationship between sensors and electronic circuits. Since we are electronic engineering students, it is important to know the relationship between sensors and electronic circuits. Sensor is a device that converts stimuli into electrical signal. The output that sensor gives is non-understanding output, so the electronic circuits converts non-understanding output to understanding output. For example, in CCD sensor, the photons or light are converted into electrons or charge, which are collected in the pieces. The charges in the pieces are transferred for further processing. After further process, the after further process, the charges are converted into voltage by electronic circuits. The voltage is amplified, again amplified by the amplifier. So sensor and electronic circuits work together to give the output what we want. If sensor cannot give out the correct output, the electronic devices doesn't give out the output. So it is important to give a good interface between sensors and electronic circuits. So we explain the relationship between sensors and electronic circuits.
And next one is importance of sensor electronic devices. We need to know how they support, how sensors support in electronic devices. What is their role? At first, I want to discuss the importance of sensor in autonomous car. As technology has improved, there are many autonomous cars invented, and they are used all over the world. Autonomous cars have thousands of sensors. They play the most important role. They control the entire car system. And next one is this is autonomous car, driverless car. And next is
Other about sensors are used in automated cars. In our mobile phones, sensors are also playing important role because at least 22 sensors are consist of in our mobile phone. For example, touch sensor, CMOS sensor, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor. For the first touch sensor, touch sensors are used to detect the instructions of the user by sensing the hand touch. Small sensor is for taking image. Ambient light sensor is used to extend the battery life and enable easy to view display that are optimized by the environment. Proximity sensors are used to detect the presence on nearby objects. So sensors are the main components of phones and cars. Yes, sensor play an important role in those devices. Yes, this is the ambient light sensor in phone. This is remote sensor and remote sensor in camera and phone.
Next electronic device is refrigerator. A refrigerator freezer have a variety of sensor for proper safe energy efficient operation. I want to discuss. There are many sensors in refrigerator also, but I want to discuss three sensors: anti-sea thermistor, proximity sensor, read level sensor. When the door of refrigerator is open, the LED illuminate the compartments. In order to accomplish this, proximity sensor is used to deter whether the door is open or closed. And next is read level sensor. Read level sensor is on the bottom of most refrigerator is a shallow tap treatment for catching leaking water from the refrigerator. Since the vent is not visible from the above, it is difficult to deter a leak until the water is on the floor. So in this case, a read level sensor is used, and anti-sea thermistor. Anti-sea thermistor used for proper temperature control. These are sensor position in a refrigerator. These are the conclusion of sensor, importance of sensor. Next outline is
Users of sensor in many varieties. There are many users of sensor in many varieties, but we will discuss a little strain gauge. Strain gauge is a sensor which sense force and measure strain and converts the electrical signal. Strain gauges are used in many bridge, roads, rails, and rails to set the weak point of the object. Using strain gauge using strain gauge can save time because it is people no need to go and check around the roads or bridges and only to go the place where the sensor signal. Strain gauges are also used in toll gate to weigh the vehicles.
and next sensor is pressure sensor. Pressure sensor converts pressure that exerts on the measured object into electrical signal. Pressure sensors are also used in altitude sensing, flow sensing, level depth sensing, and leak testing.
Tactile sensor measures information arising from the physical interactions with its environment. Tactile sensors are used in robotic hands and fingers to determine the object.
And next is thermoresistive sensor. Thermoresistive sensors are devices which resistance changes with temperature changes. They are used in air conditioning, refrigeration services, medical research, and textile protection. These are strain gauge in race, pressure sensor to detect the water level, and tactile sensor in rubber hand.
Next is the fuse reflection sensor. The fuse reflection sensor is a sensor that emits light from the emitter and receives the light beam, which is reflected from the object by the emitter or by the receiver. These reflection sensors are used for counting substances.
Next is optical sensor. Optical sensor convert light rays into electrical signal. Optical sensors are used in heart rate monitor, breath analysis in medical field, used for contactless process, contactless detection, counting or positioning of objects.
Photomultiplier tubes. Photomultiplier tubes are extremely sensitive detectors of light in the UV, visible and near the regions of infrared radiation and converts into electrical signal. gives out the electrical signal. Photomultiplier tools are used in nuclear, particle physics, medical diagnostic, astronomy, and so on.
And these are the few reflecting sensors, optical sensor and optical mouse, photomultiplier tubes. Sensors are even used in nuclear reactors and in daily uses or in aircrafts, in satellites, and in construction and underwater, even in underwater. Since there are so many users, so they are very important in many varieties of fields. Benefits of sensor. Using sensor, we can get a lot of benefits. They have it in different ways. Reading taken by sensor are more accurate than taken by human. They give the output immediately. They can reduce error because human can do error more than sensor. Sensor can also do error, but they can reduce error than human. They don't get tired like human, and your sensors can respond to information immediately.
No need for human to operate. This is very useful in conditions that human cannot do. For example, in nuclear reactions, in satellite, where people cannot go and do. So sensors are very useful in those place, conditions. Sensors can control operations and detect damage to the whole system. Because of these benefits, sensors become essential this in our life. As we have said, the above sensors are very useful in many variety fields. There are so many uses of sensors in our daily lives.
So we are engineering students. It's important to know about sensor and